guys, tonight I am making chicken pot pie, and you know how it goes. You find a recipe and you find a recipe and just can't find what you're really looking for, so you just kind of make it up as you go. So I found this recipe for mini turkey pot pies, but we're going to make chicken pot pie, and we're going to put it in a big casserole, not mini pot pies. So right now I have a fourth a cup of butter and a fourth a cup of flour in my rock crock, and I'm chopping up a half of an onion. I'm telling you, if you don't have a food chopper, you need to get a food chopper. They are the neatest little toys ever. I'm just going to put the onion in there, chop it up, and mix all that together. I think I'm done with that for right now. Whisk together, cook on high, add chicken stock. Of course, I don't have chicken stock, and I just went to the store. So we're going to use vegetable broth. And it calls for 1.5 cups of chicken broth. You know, of course, my old favorites, cups. I use these measure-alls for just about anything and everything. Hey James, how are you tonight? Why is it not? Oh, it didn't poke the metal. There we go. So, yeah, these measure-alls come in 3 different sizes. This is the 2 cup. There's a 1 cup, and then there's a little mini that does like, I think it's 2 tablespoons. It's really small. So we're going to just make some broth here. And like I said, I'm just kind of making it up as I go because it's not really the recipe I was looking for. So you just kind of make it up as we go. Okay, add the chicken broth, which was vegetable broth. And then add some thyme. Now I'm going to use one of our measuring cups, or sorry, measuring spoons. You can see they all stick together, they all snap together. And it goes from 1 tablespoon down to 1/8, which is really hard size to find. This is what most people call a dash. So it's really cute to have. Very helpful if you're doing if you do a lot of baking, and they always call for some weird size that you never heard of. That's probably in the set. Alright, so we need, what did I say? 1 teaspoon of thyme. Put that in there. And 1 garlic clove. Now, I think we've discussed this before. This is the garlic press. It's getting a kind of weird shade of silver too. It's not really a shiny silver, it's kind of a dull, but that's because there's a special coating on here that actually keeps the garlic smell off your hands. So notice it still has the stems on it, it's still got the skin on it. So I'm just going to stick it in there. You stick it in there whole like that, and it still comes out. And it comes with this little, what I call the Barbie brush, and you just scrape it off with that, and there you go. And it also has a little hairbrush end to get into the holes to clean it that way. And usually if you do it right, like that time, the skin comes out on the lid, and boom, you can throw it away. So you don't have to touch it very often, which is great. Okay, garlic clove, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Where do I put teaspoons? 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to use Himalayan salt tonight, just because I want to be different. Throw that in there. And 1/4 of pepper. Thanks to my boss. I'm not using plain pepper. We're going to use white pepper. Thanks, Mike, for introducing me to white pepper. We always tease him at work and say this is his signature item, that he puts it in everything. He said, no, I don't, but we know he does. So mix all this up. Oh, the smells. Oh, it smells so good already. I haven't even really done anything. Not much in here right now. And this is the rock crock, if anyone can't really see it from way over there. But this is the Dutch oven. And it really holds the heat. So it's really nice to cook with. So then we need 1 cup of peas and carrots. Just using Walmart brand. And these are from our kids line. If you're ever looking for a really cute set, get the kids line. Look at our kids line. We got measuring cups for them. We got small, I think we have a small spatula for them. Of course, we have the apron and the hat and the mitts. Oh, every little kid wants the mitts just to look cool. I remember I had a mitt when I was little. And then we need 1.5 cups of diced turkey, but we're using chicken. Now, I have these in these new flexible silicone bowls. You see they're very flexible. These are really neat. I didn't think I'd like them, but I really love them. They're really cool. They come in 3 sizes. There's a 1, 2, and is it 3 or 4? Let's go this way. That's milliliters. There's 3 cups. That's 3 cups. That's probably 4 if you go all the way to the top. Nice and flexible. They come with these nice, sturdy, firm lids. This one is for the little 1 cup. So you can put your liquid ingredients in here and stick this in the fridge and don't have to worry about spilling. Put these in the freezer if you want. They're perfect for the microwave. I just had the butter, put it in the microwave, dumped it in. Somebody bought these the other day for their Keurig. Fill it up with water because they're flexible. You can squeeze into those tight spots. So these are really nice to have in your kitchen. So that's something else to think about when you're shopping. Alright, this is starting to get a little thick. I've already set my oven to 375. Yeah, it's starting to get like that pasty, gravy look to it. So before I add anything else, what I'm going to add next is not available yet. It will be available Tuesday, October the 1st. And that's our new Enrichables. They come in 2 flavors. We got kale and fiber and pea and protein. This is the big kit here. You can try these if you want. Contact me and I will send you one and you can try them out. Tonight we're just going to add the kale and fiber to the chicken pot pie. Yes, it's green because it's kale. This little packet is 2 cups of kale and a little bit of chicory root fiber. Anybody knows what chicory root? It's basically coffee. So, try out the new Enrichables. If you want, contact me. I will send you a sample and you can give it a try. Oh, I did turn that down. So I was going to give it a green because it is kale. But if you got people in your family who doesn't get enough protein in their diet, doesn't get enough fiber in their diet, this is something to look into. And you can sneak it in and they won't notice. If you put this kale in like chili, they'll never notice the color. Tonight it might be because it's a white dish. I should have added the peas and the protein, but I think there's enough protein in with the chicken. So I was going to add a little fiber to it today. So I added my chicken and now I need a 1/2 cup of milk. Add that in there. We'll mix that together. So now, because I added the kale, it looks like peas, or like baby food peas. Right now, as always, chicken pot pie is not very appetizing at this stage. So, now that I made it green, it's really not very appetizing. If you guys do Halloween, this looks like something from Halloween. Let me show you. Isn't it beautiful? Green, colorful. So what I'm going to do is dump this into our rectangular baker. In my days, this was a casserole. Yes, it's dark brown because it's old. When you first get any of our plain stoneware, our glazed, it's kind of gray, clay look to it, kind of a yellow tint. The more you use it, the darker it gets. You want them dark. You want them black. You want it to look like this, if not darker, because that seasons it and it makes it taste better. Then your food won't stick. Your food will be, oh, it will taste so good. And so yes, use them and use them and use them. So the darker they are, the better. So this is going to be really green. This looks like something from Wicked. Actually, my peas are actually a darker green. But just dump it in like that. Isn't it beautiful green? We're going to cover that up. Here comes the pie crust. This recipe actually called for actual like a pie. So you make one on the bottom and then one on the top. But the recipe I'm thinking of only goes on the top. So this may be too much, it may not be enough. I don't know. Like I said, play with it and figure it out. I'm always telling you, it's your kitchen. If you want to make a mess and try new things, try new things. Nobody's going to stop you. The worst you're going to do is say it's nasty and never make it again. So, try it out. It might be the best food you ever made. You never know. So, just a regular pie crust. I'm going to put it in there. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the other one just to finish up the pan. That way. So what are you all having for dinner tonight? You know, I'm having green pot pies. But these new enrichables, you're supposed to be able to, and I'm guilty, I haven't really played with them yet. So any other consultants out there who played with them, you want to tell me what's going on? Supposedly you can make drinks out of them. I haven't done that yet. I've added them to pancakes, my peas to the pancakes, because they're not as green, the pea protein. And they are vegan, non-GMO. They are gluten, dairy, and soy free, which is great because a lot of people are allergic to just about everything. And the pea protein is just pea protein. There's nothing else in it. And then the kale and fiber has the chicory root fiber and kale powder. There's no other preservatives. There's nothing else in it. Just this few items. I'm just going to poke holes in these because I don't want green stuff spilling out everywhere. And I'm just going to throw that in the oven. Recipe says bake for 16 to 18 minutes. Of course, that was for the little pies. I'm making a big pie, so it might take about 20-25 minutes. So we'll just find out. We'll play around. Set the timer. I'm going to set it for, go ahead and set it for 15 and go from there. And we'll see what happens. Like I said, these will not be available yet. If you're interested, let me know. I will give you a try. They will be available for one-time purchase. If you just want to get them, try them out, and not your stuff, okay. Or if you're really interested in them, you can get a subscription for these, and then it'll come every month or every 2 months or however you want to set it up. It's very flexible. So let me know, and I'll send pictures later when the pot pie comes out. We'll see how green it turns out. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.